Make sure you silence your phones. I think I said it already. Anybody need copies of the preamble?
Yeah, I do.
Anybody else need copies? Hey, Jeff, get your hand out to these copies, please. See if anybody needs any of these. And remember, guys, if you have an old copy, of the preamble, make sure you use the All Wars instead of the Great War. It has changed. The copy that I just handed out is the current one. Yeah, the old ones, instead of saying Great War, or instead of Great Wars, you can scratch it out and put All Wars. Sorry for the delay, guys. A lot of stuff going on. Yeah, we can. We are live streaming this meeting. So if you've got warrants out and you don't want to be on camera, time to leave now. I'll make that joke every week, but I knew it had a couple. You have Joe Emerson sitting. Yes. I do. Well, I don't need to say this one time before you leave this. Somebody. No. Show me a lucky girl. Can you guys hear me okay back there? Hey, Butch, can you guys hear me okay? All right. This is our first time in this building, so we want to make sure everything sounds okay. Mr. May, welcome. Just see you're here now. Welcome to the new building. So this is the first time. If you guys have a problem hearing me because of echo or something, please give me a hand wave or something. If I need to repeat something, I can. Yeah. Well, this is quite a few people. We do know that I mentioned it's live streaming. We do know that we need to turn the phones off. John McGee told me to stress that multiple times. And if it is a fine if your phone rings during the meeting. I heard. I think Ken Pryor said it. $500 fine. Wait a second. The meeting's about to come to order. Officers take their stations. Sergeant at Arms, and the doors closed and the bar secured. Yes, sir. Thank you. Stand up. The colors being in place, and salute. 2. Uncover. Chaplain will offer prayer.
Almighty God, Father of all mankind and Judge over nations, we pray Thee to guide our work in this meeting and in all our days. Send Thy peace to our nation and to all nations. Hasten the fulfillment of Thy promise of peace that shall have no end. We pray for those who serve the people and guard the public welfare, that by their blessings they may be enabled to discharge their duties honestly and well. We pray for our comrades that by Thy help they may observe the strictest justice, keep alight the fires of freedom, strive earnestly for the spirit of democracy, and preserve untarnished our loyalty to our country and to Thee. Finally, O God of mercy, we ask Thy blessing and comfort for all those comrades who are suffering mental and physical disability. Cheer them and bring them the blessings of health and happiness. Amen.
Amen. Remain covered. Resolution 288 adopted at the 67th National Convention calls for designating a POW MIA empty chair at all official meetings of the American Legion as a physical symbol of the thousands of American POW MIAs still unaccounted for from World War II, the Korean War, Vietnam War, and more recent conflicts. Accordingly, we have placed the POW MIA flag on the empty chair, a reminder for all of us to spare no effort to secure the release of any American prisoners from captivity and the repatriation of the remains of those who died bravely in defense of liberty and a full accounting of those missing. Let us rededicate ourselves to this vital endeavor. Please join me in reciting the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Cover. Please join me in reciting the preamble of the Constitution of the American Legion slowly and in unison. And remember, instead of great wars, we say all wars. For God and country, we associate ourselves together for the following purposes: to uphold and defend the Constitution of the United States of America, to maintain law and order, to foster and perpetuate a 100% Americanism, to preserve the memories and incidents of our association in all wars, to inculcate a sense of individual obligation to the community, state, and nation, to combat the hypocrisy of both the classes and the masses, to make right the master of might, to promote peace and goodwill on earth, to safeguard and transmit to posterity the principles of justice, freedom, and democracy, to consecrate and sanctify our comradeship by our devotion to mutual helpfulness. I now declare this meeting of post-1919 and urge the Legion Department of Indiana regularly convened. All passed. Sergeant at Arms, would you please come forward and introduce our guests?
Yes, sir. The guest tonight is Jim May.
Jim May.
He was a past department commander. Then we have Ken Pridemore, 7th District Commander. Gina Owens, Adjutant, 7th District, past 7th Commander. John McGee, Sergeant at Arms, 7th District. Mark Tansel, 7th District, SAL Adjutant. Brett Harrell, Post 233, 1st Vice. Sherry McGee, 7th District, Auxiliary 1st Vice. We have Lori
Gregarious.
and husband Sean, Post 1919 Auxiliary. Yes, sir.
Thank you, Jeff. As a side, I'd like to suspend regular, you're good, Jeff, thank you. Suspend regular order here for half a second, if you don't mind. Lori and Sean stayed for one, they were here for the meeting tonight to set up the district. I just like, they need to get out of here. I begged them to stay, they stayed. Lori's going to be our president of our 1919 Auxiliary. I know he said that, but if y'all could take a look at Lori, she's going to be. She stepped up and took a hold of this mess that we gave her, and she's on fire. And it looks like everything's going to be going great for the auxiliary. No pressure whatsoever.
It's not like
Yeah. But if you guys need to leave right now, it'd be a great time if you want to get out.
Thank you. Nice
Thanks,
to meet
guys. We'll see you soon. Back to normal order. Sorry about that. Adjutant, please come forward, present the minutes. The minutes have been presented. We need a motion. We got a motion by Don LaFontaine to accept the minutes as presented. We got a second by Jay Collins. Are there any discussion on the minutes? Are there any corrections? Anything we need to make changes on? Everything looks okay? All those in favor of accepting the minutes as presented, signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Aye, passed. Thank you, Cindy. Did I work for you? Adjutant, please conduct a roll call of office.
Commander Dave Everett.
Present.
First Vice Ralph Schuster. Second Vice Ed Dunham.
Present.
Adjutant Cindy Corm, here. Service Officer Steve Milburn.
Is Steve outside?
Did Steve leave?
Okay. He wasn't feeling good, I know that.
Oh, yeah, okay, absent.
So he was here.
All right. Chaplain Ken Hall.
Here, present.
Finance Officer Mike Thomas.
Here, present.
Sergeant at Arms Tyler Pantel.
Can't tell, excused.
And Council Jay Collins, Mike Delaney, and Steve Milburn.
Yes, Steve is officially excused. I don't know whether I know he was, I didn't think he was gonna be here tonight.
Okay. Commander, your will continue.
Thanks, Steve. Finance Officer, please come forward, present the finance report.
We finished, well, in fact, this is as of today, more or less. Bank balance of $6,347. We undertaken in $1,500, and Jay will talk about who that came from. The $1,500 from Boy State donations. So we've gotten 5 already. And other than that, we had a couple of those minor bills that we paid, but from a cash standpoint, we're doing quite well right now.
Thanks, Mike. I need a motion on the floor to second. Gary Todd, second by Mike Delaney, second the motion. All those, any discussion on the finance report? I do. Is there any word on the signage?
You mean as far as the sign out
Do
front?
we have a number for that yet?
Well, no, I haven't. Steve,
Somewhere around $3 grand, right?
in my, I don't know. I couldn't.
We'll talk about that next meeting now. Any other discussion on the finance report? If there is none, then we'll, all those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
No.
All right, passed. Thanks, Mike. Committee reports. Committee chairman wishing to make a report, doesn't have to come forward. If you're a committee chairman and you wish, chairperson, and wish to make a report, please stand up. If not, I'm gonna call on Jay.
As finance officer just said, we were able to raise $1,500 for Boys State so far this year. I've still got 4 or 5 feelers out asking for donations. I'm hoping to exceed that $1,500, but right now we're one boy ahead of what we sponsored last year. So I feel we're really doing good as a new post. The American Legion, Boys State just received a $600 check, which is part of that $1,500 from the Satoma Club. We have a previous donation of $300 for Boys to 145, 40, and 80, and we have $600 from, let me get the right names known, the C&T Design and Equipment Company and the ABC Pro Company Corporation. So I think we're well on our way to being a status quo with the Boy State program. And at this time, Mr. Commander, I'd like to approach the podium and have you assist me in giving some
Please do.
citations.
You want to do it up front or?
Well, we'll do it up. Okay. Yeah. I'd like the representative of C&T Design Equipment Company to come forward.
You both.
Presented to C&T Design Equipment Company, Inc. for contributing participation in the Citizens Training Program, Boys State, sponsored annually by the American Legion. Thank you, Dan. Come up here, up here. Did you get another one too? Yeah. And secondly, presented to ABC Pro Inc. for contributing participation in the Citizenship Training Program, Boys State, sponsored annually by the American Legion. ABC Pro Inc. this time.
An entrepreneur.
Thanks, sir. Thanks, thanks.
Jay, did you say that Sir John gave $600?
Yes.
With
Yeah. You want to talk about that? Or? Yeah.
I have one more thing to say on the donation from Sonoma Club. The $600 we received was a down payment. They pledged $1,500 to us. The first 600 was for this year, and if I can find 3 more boys to give me a check for each additional boy I find. If I don't find 3 more boys this year, they pledge to give me that $900 remaining next year. So the Sonoma Club was very good to us this year. Mr. Mayor, that's all for me.
Thank you, Jay. Jay has just been wonderful for the Boy State program, doing stuff, just for the post in general, but for the big, keep trying. For the Boy State program in general, Jay's done great. And really, I think Jay deserves a round of applause. We don't even have boys' names yet, and we're already sponsored 5, right? So I got a feeling we'll be able to get some more.
I'm waiting on the district to let me know this is
And the Sedona Club did say that they needed to be Greenwood or Johnson County.
Johnson County.
So the Sedona Club will only sponsor Johnson County boys, so don't get any ideas down in Martinsville or something. Yeah. Any other committee reports to give? Mike?
For the raffle committee, the Ralph, we gave away, this one was on the post, we gave away that Mossberg. The winner was ticket number 4, Chris Myers. Called him, he wasn't home, left a message. The new ones start with our tickets tomorrow at the post. Please come and take 5 or 10. And this one got thrown out because of the move. This is the Taurus, what is it, Jet? Taurus Jet 45, 410 pistol. About a $500 or $600 pistol. So.
Make sure you abide by all raffle rules.
110 again, just like we've been doing. Let's get it knocked out in about a month when we start something. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike. How much did we do? This last one went to the Legion, right?
Yes.
We made a couple $100 off that raffle.
Ralph.
No, they,
More like
$700.
That's $600.
Every raffle, we're making $600 to $700.
You guys are kicking butt. I didn't realize we were doing that great. Yeah, I know we have a big number in the bank, right? That's where we're getting it from. And when you guys buy these raffle tickets, when you guys help with these raffle tickets, this is pretty much the primary source of income for the post right now. Outside of when we do have programs, we need to go earn for that. That's the IT, all the IT stuff that we do, and other expenses that we have. We've got a bunch coming moving into this new building. So thanks, guys. Any other committee reports? Ralph?
Just finish up on Mike's place, show and tell, in case anybody wants to know what the heck is a Taurus Judge? Out and verify.
It's a flare gun.
Does look like
Here it is. It's rather large, 445 long Colt 410 shotgun shells. So, yes. And pocket pistol if you're a large person. Yeah.
for a 6'12" district commander. That's not right size.
So that's what that is. On Boy Scouts or our youth activities, the post is sponsoring or chartering both a pack, Cub Scout pack, and a Boy Scout troop. So we had both pack 615 out of Whiteland and also Troop 615. Troop 615 just had a Court of Honor, which I attended, and they had several boys that moved up in rank. And this year they're going to have 8 that are moving up to the Eagle rank. They're going to keep trying, so we're going to get a lot of, hopefully get some projects and service hours out of it. Part of our obligation that we assumed, as I explained to Steve, occasionally we have to help support them by giving them a place to meet, and the Cub Scout pack has asked for such a place, and we're working out details when they can meet in this facility. But they got booted from their school they're at this month merely because there's this, everybody's concerned about coronavirus, and for some reason they think you could catch it from God knows what. So therefore, the principal there said, no, we don't want outsiders in there, but we'll let all the parents and everybody else come in. So, whatever, their own students are in the PAC camp. So, that's where we are on that. It is moving along well, and we are gonna be, the Boy Scout troop has helped support the Legion by coming in and doing the flag ceremony during the district meeting, and it works out with the auxiliary. We're gonna also have them come in, some of the boys, and do bussing of tables, et cetera, and helping clean up a little bit. So it's a win-win. They need service hours for their community, and we can give them work. And it's free, and it's best. Commander?
Thank you, Ralph. So, yeah, we need to find that place for Wednesday. I think we're gonna be okay on that. Anything else coming up the Boy Scouts are gonna need help with? Anything that we could assist them with since they're gonna be helping us?
No, we're assisting them tremendously by charter.
Yeah.
That's the only thing we have to do, and give them, help them with a place to meet. That's it, yeah. It's a real cheap investment, you get a lot of data.
I appreciate that. Any other committee reports, IT committee, anything? Any questions online? Anybody asking us anything?
No, just present clear.
Hope John McLean's on there watching us, see tell us how it sounds.
He said loud and clear.
Good, thanks, John. James, I have a question for you and your committee. We started the Veterans Outreach Committee last month. We haven't done anything yet. We're still in the process of setting it up. I asked for volunteers on the emails. Is that okay with you?
Yeah, that's perfectly fine, yeah.
One touch, forget that part. We set the Veterans Outreach Committee last month. Right now, it's going to be set for 3 things: buddy check in our nursing homes, our assisted living facilities. We're going to set up 3 or 4 people that can reach out to our veterans, our local Johnson County, specifically more Greenwood veterans. Make sure at least we know where they are at, and let them know that even if they don't want to join, we're here for them, anything they need. We're going to set the Veterans Outreach also. We're setting up a buddy check for our current members. So we've got about 106 or 107 members on our list. I've asked that we have a committee to outreach to each one of our current members at least once every quarter. Make sure that they know that we're here for them the same way we're reaching out to the veterans in the community. Also, we're going to do some get out the vote stuff coming in. We're going to start looking in September, October, November. It's going to be a big thing that I'd like to, I know the Legion is pushing that a little bit. I think I read that. That we can go out and make sure that the veterans that can't get out to the polls, that we can help them in a non-political way, of course. And then we've got the other side of that is we also have our peer support group, the 3rd Friday of every month. If you guys are still interested in doing that, or if you know anybody that's looking for that little extra help, that peer support group still falls under that outreach committee. More info on that. It'll be the 3rd Friday of this month. We'll be here, usually 10 or 15 of us, just kind of hang out a little bit and just talk. Any other committee reports? None. Sick call relief. Do we know of anybody that's out? Is Richard? Did he go back in yesterday or something? He was here.
He was in here.
He was in here yesterday, but I thought somebody said something about he was going back or something. Do we know of any? Is there anybody else?
Steve Milburn.
Yeah, Steve Milburn's been sick the last couple of days, but that guy's run himself ragged for the last 2 years, so I'm not sure how he's still walking. So we'll make sure we keep Steve in our prayers. Anybody else have anybody with sick call relief? None? Say again? What's wrong with that?
Al's hip surgery now.
Say again?
The Ralph's getting his knee done tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, you guys have tomorrow?
Yeah, Thursday.
So Thursday.
Yeah.
Make sure you pray for Ralph's doctors and nurses, because we need Ralph here as quickly as possible. He does too much around here for him to miss a day. You said Al Kissinger is down?
Yeah.
No, he's having hip surgery tomorrow.
Oh, Al Kissinger as well. So Al's a new Legion member. We moved him over a couple days ago, but he's a solid VFW. He's always helping out with the get them stuff. Anybody else take on relief? We're up to unfinished business. Anything that we haven't, we don't get to talk about the post anymore under unfinished business, so that's cool. Anybody have any unfinished business that we need to talk about? Anything we've talked about prior meetings that we haven't finished up yet? Anything under unfinished business? James?
I don't know exactly how the whole old business goes, but are you going to talk about the tattered flag container here in a minute?
I'm not. Did we
Okay.
talk about that before meeting?
It was in the Good of the Legion, Steve
Oh, last
talked
time.
about the possibility of purchasing the tattered flag collection container. Mike Delaney was the one looking about.
This is just me being frugal.
Sure.
Is there any particular reason why we're spending so much on this particular type as opposed to when I was over at the other post, literally they had a trunk that they had done up
Right,
for $100.
right.
So that's just my frugal side.
Sure, no, I get that, I understand that. Delaney, you'll be able to speak a little better to that.
Yeah, the reason for that thing is, I had seen a couple of them at the post office mailbox.
Right.
The federal government will not allow that to happen anymore, they won't sell them, sitting around the yard somewhere. Their big thing is, if somebody comes by and puts mail in it, there's a problem.
Sure.
So this company in Minnesota is making that particular box that I showed you, it's in that picture. We bought one for Post 355, put it out on the curb, where we used to find flags sitting on picnic tables for people who come through, they went their way there, they drop them off, they wouldn't get out of their cars. That thing, we were emptying that probably weekly, and it holds several hundred flags. Nothing will ever happen to it, it'll last forever, it's made out of aluminum, it's wrapped with vinyl, so, I mean, short of hitting it with the car, the thing will last forever. What I'm trying to do is get a funeral home to donate, and we think that, Steve thinks that I should just quit going around to some of them and go see St. Pierre, Wilson St. Pierre, because they helped us, I guess, in the past. So I'm gonna go see them this week, hopefully, if I get time.
Forest Lawn as well, we do a lot for Forest Lawn and the.
I went to them first, and the guy that was there called for it, and he said, I'll have the owner call you, that was 2 weeks ago.
Maybe might reach out to some of the honor guard people that deal with them on a weekly basis.
They had just been there.
Yeah, so they may be able to nudge a little bit in the right direction. Sherry might be a good person to talk to in that. She's real close to all of them over there, so maybe she could get us in with them a little bit better.
That could be done. I think, we're gonna go see Wilson next, because I'm pretty sure they'll do it, so is Steve, so it's like, I think the total would be like $1,500 to have, to get it out here, get it ordered, have it made, and hold it in. I think Steve is thinking about this area somewhere over on this side.
Yeah,
You can drive up, if you mold it in, the driver can access it.
I just thought of something, Mike. You may want to reach out to the funeral director place that's right over here. They are real big supporters of veteran causes. They're right here off Main Street. We had Dog's funeral. We did Dog's funeral there. Were you there for Dog's funeral? Dave, what's his name?
Constant.
Dave Constant's funeral. There's a funeral home where they kind of like, it's not a funeral home. What it is, it's just like a place that does funerals for cheap, kind of.
When they first started advertising their location,
Right.
they were sponsored by the American Legion.
Right.
So that might be.
Well, and I know they do deal with the American Legion, because I was downtown at the park, I was up on the north side of the department headquarters, and Audra, who's the front desk lady, she was talking to them about us, about our Legion moving in over here, and the Legion side specifically.
Is it Legacy? Oh, Indiana?
Whichever one you go to, take the best idea it's not a problem.
I'll go see them tomorrow, because it's on Main Street, right?
Yeah, it's right, just keep going past Graham Road, it's up there on the right. And you can, yeah, and you can tell them that I was at the department headquarters, and that they were talking about them, that they may be interested in helping us out.
Well, what I'd like to do is have a wrap made to go over the face of it, not the whole thing, because it's real patriotic looking, but when you're facing the drop down, when you load it, there's a flat space on the front, and have their name put on it.
Yeah. Make it look like, we can get, Sarah, we can get your family, make it look like a race car, put stickers all over for all our sponsors.
Whatever it takes.
I'll get it tomorrow.
Cool, thanks, Mike. Did that answer your question, James? And a lot of the things that we come up with, like the Boy State program or IT committee stuff that we talk about for the building, we're not gonna have money in hand to do any of that. We're gonna have to earn that when we get it. And that's kind of the thing I love about our Legion. You know, we don't have a big source of income that we can pull something from pull tabs or bar sales or anything. We gotta go out and make that money. I'm looking forward to doing more of that now that the building's ready.
Sir, I have one question. What happened to the flag depository that we had at the last post, Eagle Scout?
Right, so, yeah, I think we still have that.
Okay,
I believe
that
that's
was used, and also Wilson St. Pierre Funeral Home has contributed a significant amount of money to the honor guard and other things,
Right.
and they're very supportive of veterans also, so that's a resource that we probably ought to be looking at.
I think that's what he said he's going to go with Wilson.
We
I know we don't
use
want-
them, Greenwood City uses them for a
Right.
lot of things.
I appreciate that. So, yeah, another, Wilson St. Pierre, I think might be a good resource there. Mike,
Pardon?
Wilson St. Pierre, Ralph was just saying that should be a good resource for us.
Yeah, that's what Steve and I were talking about doing next, but I might go right up here, they're closer, and they might.
We can get more, you can get more than one sponsor. I mean, one stop two. Doesn't make it look like a NASCAR. Yeah. All right.
Or my guns.
Yeah, that's it. What's that? Any other committee reports? No other committee, or wait, we're at unfinished business. Anything else under unfinished business? There's something I'm forgetting I was gonna bring up under unfinished business. Any new business? Anybody have any new business? Anything new going on, want to spend some money on? Nothing? Good. I don't feel like spending any money. Well, we'll move on to go to the Legion. Our guests, Mr. Manning, do you have anything you'd like to say?
Commander, if I may address these people on your flag collection.
Sure.
You have a recycling center here, either in your town or your county.
For the flags, I don't think we do. I think we would.
No, I just meant the recycling.
Oh,
Over in Monroe County, flags are brought in there, I'll bet you 10 a week. We've made good contact with them to make sure that they get disposed of in a flag return and so on. So who's ever over your thing, I would make a point to go out to your recycling center and say, hey, even if you just get a barrel with a lid on it and do a rack or something like you say, please, and they'll do it. Can we set this here and then you check it once a week, once a month? But we're getting about 10 to 15 flags a week that we got one guy that goes, gets it, because our last flag retirement ceremony, we did 5,800 of it.
Did you ever let the scouts do any of it?
We asked the troops that we got, and they would rather, in our area, help you on Memorial Day, putting the flags out that whole week to the whole county cemeteries or what, or they do with a corporation that's in town, they'll raise the flags and they'll, like a nursing home or something, and they'll do a flagpole.
Well, I know Republic's got an office down, I think in Barnersville, but, they have all these areas in here, so.
But if you got it, there's a lot of flags, at least in our county, that they were actually going in the landfill, and that's not what they do. So that's a suggestion.
thank you, Jim.
In Mooresville, we have a flag retirement, and we do involve the scouts who come out and cut the first one up.
Right.
In their ceremony, they have a whole ceremony to do in conjunction with
See, we
the.
had that, at 355, we had that Southport,
True.
we kept them busy. We have a post there, True Valley, once it's gonna be here, attached to the post, so I hope they'll be able to, but if not, I'll talk to the Republic, that's a good idea.
And we have a little pit in Mooresville, that's a big for that.
I've seen it.
I had heard from those minutes, and that's what we expect.
Thank you, Jim. So that's helpful information. Do they actually recycle the flags? They actually recycle the flags at the recycling center?
They get them at ours, and they used to
Just
throw it right in, and we had a member that was a member there. He contacted our folks, so about 4 years ago, we went there and talked to him, and whoever the director of the recycling said, we'd be glad to do it. So what we did, we got, one of the blue, looks like, 55-gallon, whiskey cake type deal, and we did a wrap around it on the lid, and, they got it set right down, and you come into the recycling center itself, where we bring batteries or what, certain types of stuff, they got it right there visibly. And like I say, we check it once a week, and there could be up to 15, 20 in that.
But I would never thought about that, so thanks for that. Commander Pridemore?
Really nice building,
Thank you.
that goes really good.
Yeah.
No, I just want to thank everybody for showing up, it's really a good crowd here, you guys are doing the right things going forward. You know, like I said, you're all coming up with the same thing, going out and get the monies, that's up to Jay and us, we're going out and get the scouts involved, and the boys state already raising money, because there's monies out there, and the state don't come to you, you have to go out and ask for it, so keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you, Commander. Adjutant Owens?
That's a new name. You guys are doing a great job on membership, awesome. I mean, he's not, I know Dave works hard at it. But right now, your goal was 60, and you got 95. Plus, you got another one tonight, because I was here. One of the ones that we called during revitalization. So right now, you are the top in the district at 158.33%.
You're one above the prison though.
See, yeah, we need over there.
Good job.
So, and as you know, with membership comes programs, and you guys are doing a great job in a couple of programs. I just want to ask, you think you might have an educator of the year? Or a Eagle Scout of the year?
Well,
Or a Girl Scout of the year?
We thought we had the Eagle Scout, he didn't have the religion badge.
Okay.
So we didn't go with that one. It said March 1st. I bet if we have another week to find somebody.
No, probably not.
Okay.
We got one turned in from show.
Right. We had one we were gonna turn in, but he didn't have that.
Well, an EMT, firefighter, policeman, military person of the year.
Sure, me.
You got active reserve, National Guard.
We have community service awards here.
So,
Can we?
yes, we can. So the good thing about being a VFW and American Legion is we could share
Yes.
people, which is where we got the Eagle Scout of the Year from. The guy that I had asked Ralph, ultra last second to see if he was eligible. But absolutely, our award ceremonies for the VFW are coming up here in the next 2 weeks. So I'll check on the dates, the deadlines, and we've been so busy with the building. We've said since then that when we get everything in, I'm going to set a big board up, make sure we know deadlines are. We'll have somebody for each thing each year, as long as I'm here. But if we have time, we can definitely move the VFW side over the people that we are giving the awards to, the community awards for the VFW side, firemen, policemen.
Well, if we need help making their packets, just call me.
Thank you. Mark, did you want to say anything about Sons of Legion?
Amanda, thank you very much for a few moments of your time. So, we are an auxiliary organization of the American Legion. We were established in 1932. We have, here in our district alone, we have 26 Sons of the American Legion squadrons. Would love to house this 27th at 1919 someday. As Commander and I have talked in the past, it's nothing that we're going to be pushing immediately, but it is something that will be on the radar screen. And hopefully during the 2020, 2021 administrative year, it might be something that may come as a part of it. I think what it will do is it will bring a lot of other volunteers into the American Legion post. Just as well as what you have with your auxiliary. So any help that I can give, I'm over in Mooresville, so I'm only 30, 45 minutes away. Be glad to help you guys out with getting it done. Oh yeah, that's right, dual members. So if the veteran is your father, grandfather, mother, grandmother served in the service, they're eligible for dual membership in the Sons of the American Legion as well. So they have to have 10 new members. 10 new members, not, they can't be transferred, right, in order to establish the Sons of the American Legion squad. So whatever, when we get around to that point, I'm sure that we'll have a lot of conversations, get things moving. We wanted to wait until you got into the new home, got everything kind of arranged as it is, and then we'll start working on that road, hopefully by maybe summer or maybe this fall.
Yeah, it's a plan, absolutely.
Be a good time.
Thank you.
All right.
Hey, Mark?
Any questions, feel free to ask.
Great. A lot of us, we already know 10 members, 10 new members is not going to be hard. We already know that. I, for one, I've mentioned to become a dual member. A lot of our guys, we've discussed it since the beginning about the Sons of the Legion, that we had planned on doing. It's been since the beginning of the inception of the post that we were going to do it. So I know we'll get 10, no problem. Like I told you, getting somebody that wants to take it and run with it. I jumped the gun a little bit with the auxiliary. I don't want to make the same mistake with the Sons of the Legion. So, when we were at that point, I may ask you to come back and give a good speech to all our people and convince them to sign up. But a lot of these guys they sign up for everything. Just put a form in front of them and they'll give you money. So, thanks, Mark.
You're welcome.
John, did you have anything for me? Gina, did you have something else?
I do, I have an answer. This is a very good question. There is one post that 160% in the same district, although I don't think it should count, because they had a goal of 5 and they got 8. So
Well,
they were
So
160%.
what do we need to kick their butt?
Board members?
Well, we get that next week.
yeah. I've got my weekly goal. John, do you have anything you'd like to say?
Man, I'm very impressed with your new facility, and I'm very impressed with everything that your members have done here to get going and get working on these different projects that the Legion has. And I'm looking forward to coming back here and seeing even more progress next time.
Thank you, John. Ms. McGee, would you like to say anything?
Not much.
Lori's gonna have her work cut out for her, but I know you guys will support her. And I bet you're glad you have her now, because now she's gonna help you get the food going and all these extra programs. It is the 100th anniversary for the auxiliary, and I do want to let you know that.
Thank you for that. Are there going to be any big celebrations for the 100th anniversary?
Individual posts have done some things, but I don't know if they're gonna cancel.
Well, we may want to. We may want to suggest to our auxiliary for the Freedom Festival this year to go out. We had planned on goat marching. So it's like we're civil rights movement or something. We had planned on being in the Freedom Fest this year anyway, but it may be something we want to highlight the 100th anniversary for the auxiliary, and we could do something special for the Freedom Festival. All right. Thank you. Brett, did you have anything you'd like to mention?
I'm good.
Okay. Any other guests tonight that I mentioned? Mr. Manning?
I'd like one more to mention that you and I talked about. Guys, you have an opportunity here that could really enhance you and make it grow. You need to join your Chamber of Commerce here. If you join that Chamber of Commerce, they automatically put you on their Facebook pages, everything. You've got a ton of free advertising. And these is all business people like that gentleman up there. And they all support your organization. And if you would do what they call a business night out, they got 12 of them a year, and your coach does one of them sponsored it. It don't take a whole lot. You have over, in our place, we got 512 people that belong to our Chamber of Commerce. There's last week we hosted 285 business people come. You get it for all the organizations. You can pick up vendors for the SAL, you can pick it up on the Legion side, for the auxiliary side, but it's 100% goal for your community. Your community is going to know what you're doing, and since you're in here with your other two sister organizations, and I assume the Marine Corps League's in here.
We're not here yet. I don't think we've got the Marine Corps League yet.
Well, okay.
We've got a Marine Corps League. Yeah.
But if they ever do, you pick that one up. It's an unlimited free advertising that is only a win-win situation. Thank you.
Great, thank you, Jim. Yeah, it's, I don't think VFW's been involved with the chamber, have they? And we'll need to make sure we get out there for the Legion as well. I had that on my list from the district notes to ask our guys. Anything else from the guests? Any other guests? Any of our members? Any membership have anything go to the Legion? You guys done anything neat? Any community events? Have we went out and helped anybody lately, anything you want to talk about? All right, well, I do have one thing before I get going on my thing. We had a donation brought to the post tonight. Jerry, one of our newer members, has another Air Force, we're Air Force veterans, a third Air Force veteran friend that makes these flags, and he wanted to donate one to the post. So, Jerry, I'd like you, if you could, just come on up with it. We'll bring it around to this side over here, and we'll talk about it a little bit.
Thank you, Wayne.
Yes, sir. So, go ahead, Jerry, if you want to say something.
Yeah, so, new member to the post. I've been a member of the VFW for years, but never here in the south side of India. I'm a native of Indianapolis. I retired about 5 years ago from the Air Force. As Dave said, we're both with Air Force vets. Go Air Force. About the same time that Dave contacted me looking for membership, doing a heck of a job on membership. I had caught up with a little Air Force buddy of mine. He lives in Kentucky, and he makes these flags out of his home. This is his way of giving back. It's one of his therapies for his service in the Air Force. That he does this by hand on reclaimed wood, and the same time that Dave reached out to me, I met up with him after 20 years, and he wanted to give this to the post as a donation.
Well, I appreciate that, Jerry.
One more thing, I know he's watching from a hospital every night. He got down with some physical ailments named Rob West. If you could pray for him, I'd sure appreciate it. Air Force veteran Rob West.
Thanks.
Gotcha.
Thanks. And we do have his contact information if anybody wants to order.
We do. He started a little wood shop out of his home, Whiskey Tango Wood Shop, and he does his little flags, all kinds of sizes by hand. It's just a little shop, but he enjoys doing it.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's pretty heavy too. All right, Jerry, thanks a lot. Yes, sir.
Yes, if the post has a certificate of appreciation.
Absolutely.
What about in Kentucky?
And you make that out?
Yeah.
Mike, I think Mike does. Thanks, Jerry. Set this down. Well, unless you want to take it back with you. Yes, sir. Appreciate it. And, next time you talk to him, we really do appreciate it.
Absolutely.
We'll leave it at the House Committee to decide where it should be mounted. Chair?
I should shame on me. I should mention that if you have wives or granddaughters that are eligible for membership in the auxiliary, so please get them signed up. Lori needs all the help she can get.
Yes. Thank you. So the auxiliary, I've been trying to get as much membership towards auxiliary as I could. But now we've got a solid person in place at the head. I don't think we'll run into the issues that we've had in the past with getting feedback and responses back. So again, back to Jerry, thanks again. Make sure you let him know that we really do appreciate it. And, next time if he's ever up in this area, tell him he's welcome here anytime.
I think he plans on visiting.
Outstanding. And I've got a membership card for him too. But if he comes up, if he's not a member already, his first year will be on me. All right? You let him know that, sir. Thank you. Any other good of the Legion? Anybody else doing anything cool before I get into stuff? No. We already went over Chamber of Commerce. District 7 meeting, Mr. May also suggested or brought to light something that we all know but we might not think about enough. World War II vets. They are dropping like flies. They had, in Bloomington, which is our largest post, they had
92.
They had 92 4 years ago, and they're down to 30.
31.
Yeah, so they cut by 2/3, so over half. We need part of that veterans outreach. It doesn't have to be though. If you're out there, if you know somebody that's a World War II vet, if you know somebody that's just out here, let us know. We can do a certificate for them. We can give them honorary membership. Let's make sure we know who is still out there, because they're not going to be out there very long. When we had that antique plane came in last year, They had 2 World War II vets sitting out there just on chairs. The family brought them out just to kind of check out the old chair, that old plane that was out there. The biggest thrill of my life was for my daughter. To go shake her hand. You know, she's not going to remember that when she's old. Maybe she'll see a picture and I can explain to her what it was. But to me, to know my daughter got to meet somebody like that, a hero. You know, I mean, we all obviously did our time, but those guys did stuff that I can't even fathom. Greatest generation, and they're going away. Let's not let that happen without a fight. Okay? District 7 had a golf, is looking for a place to host a golf tournament. I know that's not going to be an option for us because we do the VFW one, and we tapped out a lot of our resources for donations, a bit from businesses. But going forward, that may be something that we might want to consider with the VFW. We can maybe find a dual way to host the VFW and American Legion golf tournament in future years. I know it's not going to be an option this year. I just want to get it out there because the district is having a hard time finding somebody to host the tournament. This year, not an option. Maybe going forward in future years. If you guys have any thoughts on that, then just let me know. We talked over shooting sports. We had mentioned Ralph Schuster. We've talked about in the past starting shooting sports. We've had a couple of members that come up to me about their kids or grandkids maybe being interested in the shooting sports program. We'd like to get that going this year at some point. I know we can get sponsorships for that. I know we can generate money for that for our post. So if you guys have any kids that just may want to give it a shot, let me know. You know, John?
Commander, I believe there's going to be a shooting sports competition at the Seymour Post coming up very soon. And people there have had contributions from the NRA and from various firearms agencies, Remington, Colt, and what have you, to take care of the funding for those programs. And if you've never been to one and you could possibly get to Seymour to see it, you'd be amazed to see how many young people are online firing at targets that are graded by computer. And these kids are very, very dedicated to that sport. And the young people that are in this are bringing their parents into the Legion. So if you have any inclination about getting into this, I would say go for it with all the gusto you can muster because it's a great program. Thank you.
Thank you, John. So if you have any questions or anybody that you may be interested in joining the shooting sports, of course we know Ralph Schuster is going to be in charge of all that. He's our gun guy around here for sure. John.
I'm told by our PIO person here that the Seymour shooting sports will take place this Saturday at Seymour's Post.
So this Saturday down in Seymour.
Doesn't give the time, it just says the March 14th.
Okay. If you're interested in that, get with me. I'll contact. I've got the Bruce Hawkins. I'll give him a call. Get that information. If that's something that interests you for the Seymour shoot. Any questions on the shooting sports stuff? It's going to be a neat thing. There's not a lot of posts that do it. I don't think in the district.
You got it with Bruce, because Bruce gives me on all the monies that they got from the NRA and everything else.
I
2700.
work with the NRA and for Boy Scouts, I manage 14 states of shooting sports, so yeah, there's tons of money out there.
Mark?
Yeah, the NRA Foundation donated a save for their rifles to be scored at, which would have a value of $2,700.
Right. Yeah, and Ralph Schuster here has been with the organization. He during the NRA convention, he was manning a booth or something. The NRA too. Doing it again this year. So we've got the contacts. So we just need the kids that want to get involved with it, or the parents that want to force their kids to get involved. There you go. Finding a way. So March 29th coming up, Vietnam Veterans Day, Vietnam Veterans Day, Vietnam War Veterans Day. Yeah, is that right? That's Sunday the 29th. I put it in the email I sent out earlier. Was it yesterday or this morning? I don't know if we're going to do anything post-wise to celebrate the actual day. We do our Vietnam Veterans Party every year to celebrate the 50th anniversary every year of Vietnam Day. But if you guys are interested in maybe setting something up for the Legion side, not the VFW side, maybe we could just get a lunch, meet for lunch on Sunday. you know, if you guys are interested in doing something to celebrate Vietnam War Veterans Day, let me know. You know, I don't mind organizing it, I don't mind getting it funded, just let me know if you guys are interested in just getting together on that Sunday, March 29th. Any input from the,
We don't have,
have what?
just so we don't have senior.
Don't have sea rash. You want sea rash? We're Air Force.
We're Air Force. We don't know what that is.
We have kitchen.
Any Vietnam veterans, what we typically do is we go to the Whiteman Post on that particular day. They have a spread of food you wouldn't believe. It's not a very big place. You can't get over 15, 20, 30 people in there. And we sit around and a couple of guys tell war stories and we have a great time. It's just really wonderful. Usually we don't even pay anything for the liquor, someone buys it for us. But the Whiteman Post, I hate to have somebody else out, but we're not planning to be open. So March 29th, I'm sure the Whiteman Post is going to be open. They're going to have a nice little spread.
Maybe if we go meet over at the Cracker Barrel, I don't care, if we just want to get together. The reason for our Legion guys and girls to get and celebrate something, I'm all for it. It's nice on the there was a suggestion that at the district meeting as well that I thought might go over pretty well for our veterans. We have the 10-year membership. We've talked about the 10-year membership. I think most people know what the 10-year membership is. If you don't, what it is, you pay $350, you get 10 years of membership. That's simple. Rather than paying $45 a year for 10 years, you pay $350. They give you a card that give you a thing that'll send you a card every year. It's a good program. I think it's better than trying to do a lifetime membership for people like me. $1,200. I can't afford $1,200, but I can afford $350 for 10 years. I don't know how well it's going over in the department, but I think for me, I think it'll work out okay. Is there any interest in maybe doing a raffle? We could do like 50. We could do like 50 tickets, $10 a ticket. We can give away a 10-year membership. You know, we'll make $150 for the Post, but it'll give somebody a 10-year membership. And if we do it before the next year starts, you can get a 9-year membership for $315.
Well, if you paid your 20s this year, you still you paid $315 and you've got it through 2029.
2029, right. So you get the next 9 years.
2029, that's 10 years. 2021 coming up, they're going to carry the same program, which is going to be $350, which you would have to put that on in. And also in that $350, you're only paying $35, but your Post gets $5 back to you.
Right. So the Post takes a little bit of a hit, but you know, it's not that big of a deal. It keeps people locked into the Legion and the membership side. That's why we promote it on the membership side, is where we're going to have them in the Legion for the next 10 years. Now, if they transfer in the department, that 10-year will transfer inside the department. If you transfer out of the department, you lose that money. So if you plan on moving out of the state in the next 10 years, it's not a great plan for you. Mr. Delaney?
Silly question, but why wouldn't we do that with an honorary life membership from our Post?
Well, I could agree to that.
It would only cost us our per capita.
Right, this isn't going to cost us anything. As a matter of fact, if we do a raffle, we gain a little bit of money.
Yeah. We still got it all.
Sure. We can do both. I see what you're saying. Yeah. Raffling off an honorary life membership. Yeah, that might work as well. I was trying to promote the 10-year membership a little bit thing a little bit with that too. Is there any discussion on that? Would anybody object to raffling off a 10-year or a honorary life membership to the Post? No, nobody would be against that, would they?
Yeah, I would be.
You'd be against
promoting the department over the Post.
Sure.
If you do a Puffle, then you're promoting the Post.
Right. If we do a Puffle, then we got to come up with $1,200, $900 to $1,200 to do it as well. Whereas this should be quick, 50 ticket thing, $10 a ticket, in, out, and somebody gets a membership out of it. What we can do is we can have this discussion with the raffle committee. I can present it to them. I just try to get an idea membership-wise if anybody would be opposed to something like that. And maybe as opposed or concurrently with one of the gun raffles. Or maybe we can add it to the gun raffle or something, but raffle committee would handle that. Mr. Mayor?
Yeah, Mayor, I think you got you're a little misunderstood on the honorary.
Sure.
And honorary is given by your Post.
Right.
So all you have to pay is the per capita every year. for the lifetime of the guy.
Right,
You
two.
don't have to pay the $1,200 for a
Right,
puzzle
right.
if he wants to go to another state.
Right.
You lose the honorary when they go to another state.
Right.
And we've had, at our post, we had a past commander and another guy, they just decided they were gonna move, and they just give up their honorary life membership. But puzzles are actually
Paying the 1,200, right.
$1,200.
If I said something wrong, I apologize if I confused people, but yeah, no, yes, the Buffalo is definitely the $1,200. The Buffalo that you suggested, it's a possibility, it would be a bigger raffle. I'll let, we can leave that up to the raffle committee to decide, we can bring it to membership. I agree that would be wonderful, it would help the member even more. But nobody's opposed to it, that's all I wanted to bring it up. It's not voting on something. Ralph, on the committee, on the raffle committee side, is that something the committee would like to entertain?
We can discuss it.
Okay, that's all I ask. So we're getting to that time of the year where nominations are going to be accepted for the officers. We've been trying to get clarification in the bylaws exactly how our bylaws are set up for our elections. We know that the nominations are going to be talked about in May, and that we need to announce 2 months prior to May, which would be March, that we are going to open nominations. Ralph, did we get any clarity from the bylaws committee on how we need to set this up exactly?
Yeah, we just talked about it this afternoon.
Yeah, we didn't have a whole lot of time.
I haven't looked at it.
So, officially, we're gonna, if you're considering running for one of the post spots, I can lay out each one of the post officers' positions and give you the idea on what is expected out of that post officer's positions. But if you're thinking about that, if you're thinking about running for one of the post positions, let us know. A lot of things we can go over prior to. Anybody's open, including me, willing to just sit out there rather than sit up here. If you guys really want to do it. But officially, we're going to officially open nominations. We'll find out if I need to send out a mailer. If I need to send out a mailer. In our bylaws, it says we can do it electronically. I know that we'll discuss that. We'll send it out. But I just want to let you guys know that that's coming up. So if that's something you've had in mind, start thinking about that. If you want to be a commander or an adjutant or sergeant at arms or a historian even this year, I think we're supposed to nominate the historians as well. I think that's a position, an officer position, isn't it? Officially,
You need to put
historian.
out in your email all of the
Sure, absolutely. I just mentioned in the email today because I realized that it's something that was coming up, and I wanted to get the word out and bring it to you guys that that's something that's going to be seen more of. Any discussion on nominations or officer positions? No good. It's been brought to my attention that maybe we should start a new member ceremony. We talked about we get a lot of new members. We get new people in. A couple months ago, I did introduce the new members that we had. The VFW, we do an actual vote to vote new members in. Something that we might want to think about. If you guys have any ideas on how we can maybe do some type of a new member ceremony to recognize new members as they come in, Gina?
It's in your officers' meeting.
I know, but we don't do anything. So I'm just putting out for the membership if it's something that they're interested in doing. I think it'd be good. It's something that I've always wanted to do, something we've talked about a little bit in the past. It makes it feel a little more ceremonial rather than just, hey, now we're all part of the group. We also want to look into early bird dinner for memberships coming up. We haven't done anything like that. We need to get stamps for the cards for people that pay up early. We're getting to the point of the year where we're going to start asking for the 2021 membership. The cards come out beginning in June. We start hitting people up last year sometime, I think, as early as possible. Hey, make sure you sign up for 2045. So you're going to see those emails coming up pretty soon for renewals. If you guys have any ideas on what prior, I've talked to my advisory council already about it in the past. Many things we can do for early birds. Way to get people to sign up and get renewed quicker. Do dinner. Whoever said that?
I'm just gonna get the money out of the machine now.
Gary, you're gonna pay for it? Gary Toddy is paying for the early bird dinner. One thing we discussed at the, so any discussion on the early bird, any suggestions on the early bird? People that buy their ticket?
At our post, what we do on the early bird dinner is, not those people here, but in the future, we take and buy, animals from the 4-H and have them slaughtered, and that's what we have.
Feed them.
Feed them after that again, and,
You're being serious?
Yes.
Yeah. We have Kroger's here, and oh, I see.
It's not up here, they was out here, the first time I played.
I see. Yeah. Say again. Yeah, well, I didn't know if it was just slaughter for fun, like it's like Hunger Games, like oh, it's chicken, and everybody goes after it. I was unsure. Not from horse, I don't know what you guys do down here. Yeah, so we definitely want to do something like that. Plus, it gives everybody a little incentive to sign up early, so I don't have to keep harassing them. And our membership, whoever our membership person is next year, we don't have to keep harassing them. Anything else? Go to Legion. Gina.
Did you mention that the Legion birthday is the 15th of this month?
I did not. I did not.
It is.
I didn't write that down. So March 15th is the 101st.
Airborne.
Well, you had one here a little bit. 101st birthday of the American Legion. 15th? I don't know what today is. So next week? I'll send an email out saying happy birthday to us. We typically, I think a lot of the posts, what? 102nd. Oh, 1919, 2020 minus 1919. So yeah, I guess we count the first one. This is we count the posts. So, do you guys does your other posts do celebrations for the Legion's birthdays?
Yes. Maybe the ones that were third, we're having a dinner, coming up, we can have a dinner.
So we can go down to Bloomington, come celebrate with.
Sure can.
We come down to Mooresville, celebrate the